Hello everyone, it's Farket here. In this video, I'm going to cover the highlights for update version 0.71. Now this update mainly has a lot of fixes, though it has added a few things that are really good, and one that's pretty bad, and that is your strength will be reset back to 20. In my save game where I've got 99 strength, the one I've been doing on my playthrough, I now have 20 strength. I am not sure if they're going to fix this. I haven't saved on this game since the update, so they might release a patch fix very soon. Though, don't hold your breath, because I don't think it's going to be fixed. The reason I don't believe it's going to be fixed is that the strength system, the stat system, has completely been overridden. It has changed astronomically. Good nutrition points, bad nutrition points, under-eating points, overeating points, tree count, all of that has been removed. It now relies on a calorie and exercise system. When you go into your inventory, if you place your cursor over most food items, it will tell you how many calories there are. Though some of them don't say how much calories they have, but I tested them all and I can give you the exact amount of how many calories there are. Now for meat, it doesn't matter if it's fresh, spoiled, or edible, it's all the same. So rabbit meat, lizard meat, arms and legs all have 600 calories. Even heads have 600 calories. The only way to eat them is with a stew. And it might sound silly, but heads don't actually go off. So it might be a good idea to keep one just in case. Fish has 500 calories. Large generic meat and snacks both have 400 calories. Small generic meat has 300 calories. Soda, booze, and plain meals have 200 calories. Oysters and all mushrooms have 10 calories. All herbs have 5 calories. They are not actually listed when you place the cursor over these ones. All berries have 1 calorie each, including blackberries, the ones that you can't collect. Energy and health mixes have no calories at all. Now, I'm still trying to iron out how this calorie system works and the exercise system. If you go into your main menu before you start a game, type in developer mode on, then get into your game. Now, this isn't cheating, it just activates it so you can use cheats, but no cheats have been activated here. I haven't tested whether this affects the VAC system in multiplayer or if it affects achievements, just letting you know. Once you're in a game, press F3 and you'll see how the system has changed. Now, if you've used this before, I haven't actually spoken about this in any of my videos. I only recently discovered it. But here is a side-by-side of what it used to be and what it is now. As you can see, it has changed a lot. It is much more simplified now. I recommend you use this because you can find out what is actually classed as exercise and you'll be able to tell what your actions are doing to raise strength. On the stat page in your survival guide, it doesn't actually list whether you need to eat or not. I have a feeling they'll be fixing this, but in the meantime, you can use this to figure out what is gaining strength, what is making you lose or gain weight, etc. I haven't had time to actually go through and figure it out, though if you do this yourself, you will be able to work it out fairly quickly. It doesn't look anywhere near as complicated as it did before. What I can tell you is that swinging your weapon does raise your strength. Blocking doesn't do anything, and cutting down a tree doesn't have any effect, though swinging at the tree obviously is classed as attacking it. If you want an easy way to raise the strength with exercise, just get an upgraded stick and hit the ground with it. Reason being is that you won't use enough stamina so you won't run out, so you can keep going. You could even assign an auto hotkey to keep it going. A good benefit of doing this is you'll be able to get coins and the new throwable rocks, which I will cover now. There's not much more to cover on stats. Athleticism hasn't changed at all. It's still the same. So running and being underwater without a rebreather will raise it. Fortunately, this hasn't been reset, only strength. Now I'm going to cover the new items. There is a new material item called the electrical tape. It's actually quite difficult to find if you're on hard survival, as so far I've only been able to find it in suitcases. Now this is used to make the new Slingshot, and it is also used to make bombs now. So bombs now require 5 ingredients. Bombs are just becoming more and more tedious. They had 2 exclusive items, the circuit board and the coins, which were used for nothing else, and now they've got electrical tape. Seems like they're becoming too complicated. I haven't been able to find any electrical tape in the world, only in suitcases. On normal mode, when I opened up all the suitcases, I was able to get 3 or 4 of them, just from the suitcases surrounding the plane. Now you only need 1 to make the new Slingshot. It is made with 1 stick, 1 cloth, and 1 electrical tape. It uses small rocks for ammo. Now, small rocks have technically had their name changed to throwable rocks now, so you can pick them up and they'll go into your inventory. Now, at first I was wondering why there was a slingshot in the game. I wasn't sure how it would fit, though after using it, it is pretty amazing. I decided to hunt with it straight away. I haven't used it on enemies, and I didn't miss one shot. It's really easy to use, and the reason I think that is because it has an AoE effect. Even if you miss the animal and it lands near it, it still kills it. I haven't tested it on deer to see how effective it is, though I would assume it would take more than one hit. So probably stick to spears unless I'm wrong. Now you can only carry 10 small rocks or throwable rocks at a time, though you can make a throwable rock bag, which requires 1 rope and 1 rabbit skin. This will increase your carrying capacity from 10 to 25. And if you want more storage, you can always use a catapult to store your rocks. And the catapult can fling them. I don't think it does any damage though. They've added a new arrow called the modern arrow. It is extremely difficult to find. The patch notes state they can be found in some yellow crates, and I'm not sure if that means the ones with the flares in it. Apparently these work really well with the modern bow rather than the crafted bow, though that's just what it states in the patch notes. I do not know how much damage modern arrows do, though I will find out eventually. There's always the game files. I will do more research on them when I get the time. You can now attach torches to the crafted bow, modern bow, flintlock pistol, and the chainsaw. This allows you to use these items better in caves, as they're mostly two-handed. Though when in idle mode, the torches won't be pointing directly in front of you, only on the flintlock pistol, because you point it in front of you. Though you can always draw back the bows. As for the chainsaw, it's just going to waste fuel if you do it. You can see how much battery it's using by looking at the torch in your inventory. It does require a torch and electrical tape. From what I've seen, it doesn't seem to work that well at nighttime. It seems to work better in caves, though I've never really used torches, so I don't really know. It is now possible to have more items than what the recipe requires to complete on the crafting mat. If you make an item, it will leave the unused ingredients on the crafting mat along with the created item. This is an awesome addition because it means you can make heaps of Molotovs at once or heaps of any item at once. So for instance, you could add all your booze and you'll be able to make them all at once rather than one at a time. This is going to speed the crafting process up a lot, though I think it will take some time for us to get used to, though it is good. Little side note, rock climbing doesn't seem to raise your strength. You'd think something like that would be great strength exercise, but it's not. As mentioned, there is a lot of fixes. I'm going to have them on the screen while I cover some other stuff. Now, whether you save your game or not, or wait for a patch to come out, is up to you. As you're listening to this video, they may have already fixed it, though they might not fix it at all. This is one theory I have. When games go to consoles, they tend to get a lot easier. And with the stat change, it is a lot easier. So I am predicting that the game is going to get a lot easier in the future. Though, we will see. Though the stats were complicated as hell before, they really needed to do something like this. It used to be snacks and soda were terrible for you. Now it looks like they might be a more viable option. I will be working on a strength video. I was actually holding off because I had a feeling something like this was going to happen. It's why I haven't done a strength video, which I'm glad I haven't because that would have been a lot of time wasted. Because it's changed that much, all the info in the old system is completely redundant now. Doesn't matter what time you eat, it doesn't matter how many trees you cut down, it doesn't matter if you eat meat, it seems to be all irrelevant now. Use that console command system, press F3 and analyze it yourself. Otherwise you'll be shooting in the dark. Though I will say, fill up before you go to bed. If you don't have enough calories, you'll probably lose weight and even strength while you're sleeping. Because sleeping just advances time, it fast forwards it, and during that time, you could be losing weight and strength. Just keep this in mind. If you do find any other methods for exercising, or you find out any tricks for raising strength now, post them in the comments because I'd really like to know. I only have so much time to test these things, and also other players would want to know. So if you could, that would be great. If you feel uncomfortable about using this console command stat thing, I completely understand why. Though at this stage, we're shooting in the dark without it, because we don't know what we're actually doing yet. Though I will go looking in the game files and see if I can find anything that will be helpful. I would have covered more of the fixes and updates, but there wasn't really anything that was that important. Just an indicator that this game is going to be released in its full version soon, because there's a lot of fixes. They are definitely getting it ready for PlayStation release, and we were the plebs that tested it for them. Hopefully the PlayStation players are grateful to us. though we will see. And if you like this video, make sure you like and subscribe. Cheers.